Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you all to softball country here in Denver, Colorado for an evening of world-class professional boxing being brought to you by Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated in association with Delgado Promotions, Poor Boys Pro Boxing, and Tecate, patrocinador oficial. Tonight's bouts are being sanctioned by the Colorado State Boxing Commission. Commissioners in attendance are William Artis, Jeff Campos, Norbert Chavez, Elaine D'Amato, Dr. Eric Lee, Dr. Stephen Shogan, and Dr. Stephen Traina. The director is Joseph Mason. Our timekeeper is Janine McCoy. Our tally judge is John Ulibarri. And our ringside physician is Dr. Matt Morgan. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder, we will be conducting this broadcast in the dual language format to accommodate our worldwide Spanish-speaking audience. Coming up at 8 p.m., we're going live worldwide by way of Fox Deportes throughout Latin America and coast to coast in the U.S. by way of FSN. As always, you all play as big a role as do the fighters inside of the ring. When you hear the name of Denver, Colorado, let them know why you guys have one of the top boxing prospects in the world, based right here in the Mile-High City. Stand by. Live professional boxing for your entertainment is on the way. Thank you. Thank you, sir. We're not quite ready yet. We're waiting on the timekeeper. Ladies and gentlemen, this bout scheduled for 6 rounds in the super lightweight division. Damas y caballeros, este combate pactado a 6 vueltas en la división peso super ligero. Los jueces son, the judges are Stephen Blea, Ed Kugler, and Tyrone Short. The referee, Curtis Thrasher. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presentando la esquina azul, vestido de negro con vivos blancos. He steps in wearing black, trimmed in white. His official weight, 139 pounds. Su peso oficial, 139 libras. Con un récord profesional de 20 victorias, 11 derrotas y 11 de sus victorias por la vía del knockout. As a professional, he enters the ring with 20 victories against 11 defeats, with 11 of those victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Topeka, Kansas, Derrick Campos. His opponent across the ring in the red corner, wearing red, trimmed in black. Su contrario en la esquina roja, vestido de rojo con vivos negros. Detuvo la báscula a un peso idéntico de 139 libras. He tipped the scales at an identical 139 pounds. He enters the ring an undefeated fighter with 13 victories. 10 of those victories coming by way of knockout. Invicto hasta el momento a nivel profesional, con 13 victorias, 10 de sus victorias por la vía del cloroformo. Fighting out of Omaha, Nebraska, Terence Crawford.
Okay, gentlemen, you received your instructions earlier in the dressing room. I expect you to obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. Anything below the navel here is low. Anything below the navel here is low. Touch them up now, guys. Good luck.
Are you ready? All right, here we go. There you go. Don't reach for it. Don't reach for it. There you go. There you go. You need some combination. You can start throwing some combination off that jab. There you go.
Watch your heads. Watch your heads.
You gotta move forward when you're doing it, Terence.
Stop. Break clean. Step back.
That shit down, pulling out, bud. There you go. There you go. Three. Doing 3 shots, Terence.
Go. Stop punching. Box.
Put that chin down, bud. Put that chin down. Chin down. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. You got a body, too.
Punches up. Keep him up, okay? Here we go.
There you go. Keep that shit down when you back it up, bud. There you go. Get him. Get her. Get her, boy. Get her. There you go. Get her. There you go. Out of that slow jab.
All right, don't punch. Break. Box. Time.
The button. Good job. Something you missing. He's coming too slow with the left. You can catch him before. When you catch him with that right hand, flush, automatically come back with that left hook or that left uppercut. Because if that land, the other one gonna land because you hurt it. Work. Good job, bud.
Second toe.
Go, second.
All right, stop. Time. Time. Right here. Clean this water up, fellas, right now. Here we go. Here we go. Clean this water up. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Right here, right here. All right, here we go, box. Walk to me. All right, let me see the gloves. Here we go. Step back, break clean. Stop.
Give him my ankle. Give him my ankle.
7, 8. Walk to me. Walk to me. You okay? You want to go, right? Okay, here we go, Bucks. Don't push it. That's it. Watch him, okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Curtis Thrasher calls a halt to the action with an official time of 2 minutes 31 seconds of round number 2. Damas y caballeros, el referee Curtis Thrasher para la contienda con un tiempo oficial de 2 minutos 31 segundos del segundo episodio. El vencedor por knockout técnico, your winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated, Terence Crawford. Ladies and gentlemen, we cordially welcome you to Boardwalk Hall, Atlantic City, New Jersey, for another edition of HBO's World Championship Boxing, being presented to you by Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated in association with Arena Box Promotions, Golden Boy Promotions, Tecate, patrocinador oficial, and our host, Caesars Atlantic City. These bouts are being sanctioned by the New Jersey Athletic Control Board. Commissioner is Aaron Davis. Chairman is Tony Orlando. Board members are Dennis McDonough along with Stephen Katz. Our timekeeper and keeping track of knockdowns, we have Fred Bloomstein. And our physicians at ringside are Dr. Dominic Coletta, Dr. Blair Bergen, and Dr. Dane Clark. This is our first bout of the evening, set for 8 rounds in the welterweight division. The judges scoring this contest are George Hill, Barbara Perez, and Ron McNair. The referee, David Fields. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He steps in wearing American red, white, and blue. His official weight, 137 pounds, with a professional record of 9 victories against 6 losses, with 6 of his victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of the Bronx, New York, Angel, the White Tiger Rio. His opponent across the ring in the red corner, wearing red trimmed in white. On the scale, he weighed in at an official 137.5 pounds. He enters the ring an undefeated fighter with 14 victories, 11 of his victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Omaha, Nebraska, Terence Crawford.
Okay, so
Okay,
we're
gentlemen,
ready for
scheduled to
Angel
box 8
Rios
rounds. You
and
both know the
Terence
rules.
Crawford.
Expect to obey my commands at all times. Most of all, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck.
So David Fields has told the fighters the proverbial, protect yourself at all times. And interesting to see Terence Crawford unbeaten. And Angel Rios, whose last win was in 2001. He had a 8-year break from boxing, still only 31 years old, 9-6, and Crawford is 14-0. Double jab here by Crawford. What do you think of a guy with a long layoff like that, Juan, trying to get timing back and everything like that?
Yes, this is the second time I see him since he's back. He's a tough little guy, but he takes too long. He makes good moves, but then he don't fire back. So he needs his timing back. Most he needs to do is connect more punches to the body.
There's a jab by Crawford, and we're seeing some abrasions near the left eye of Rios. We'll keep an eye on that. That's a laser-like jab by Rios. He can open by Crawford. He can open Rios up.
Yeah. Well, Rio likes to take punishment. He takes a good punishment before he starts getting warm.
Stay smooth and relax. Here you go.
Dave Bontempo and Juan Laporte, a featherweight champion during his time.
Way back.
Good jab by Crawford. He's in a pretty good rhythm.
Here you go.
Well, he's got the advantage right now. Rios is not taking advantage of, counter punching. And when you don't do that, then, a good jab is always working.
Terence, you got to.
Seen very little of the right hand from Crawford. Here we get a little bit of it.
Well, right now he's just, putting that jab in there. Is working fine, so he just opening up. That's the gear. And as soon as he sees the mistake, he's gonna counter. He's gonna counter with the right.
And Rios landing a right hand over the jab.
It's one at a time. He's got to throw more punches.
Rios saying, "Don't forget about me."
Switch.
What do you think about a guy doing that so early in a fight?
Well, these kids nowadays, I mean, they could do both things, and they feel comfortable doing things like that, switching, try to confuse the other fighter. I don't see why he's just going to try to confuse him now, because everything was working for him.
Yeah, and it opened up the right hand lead for Rios.
Right, it could be a good mistake that switches.
So round one, Rios and Crawford heading for the books.
Put the legs out. Put the legs out, baby. What's the time? What's the time? Get that. We got you. All right? Yo, you good? All right, good. Yo, just keep. You know what they do. You know what I'm saying? Let's take them to the limit. All right? Let's go. All right? Let's go. All right? Give me that watch. Give me that rag, man. Move it up. Go down. Go.
Second round action, super lightweights, Angel Rios and Terence Crawford. Juan, what did you think of what you heard from the corners between rounds?
Well, I didn't actually hear what they were saying, but the importance of that minute in that corner is especially now that he's seen what the other guy has. I mean, you should be telling your fighter, you need to throw more punches. You got to get in more. You got to counter punch his jab. I think the pressure should be put it on right now, and the corner is the one that's supposed to be telling him what to do right now.
Terence Crawford came out as a righty about 2.5 minutes into the opening round. Went southpaw. It was a good straight left hand.
Working for him, beautiful left.
He's pretty much telling Rios in a way that he thinks this is a sparring session, that he could mix it up during the course of the fight.
Well,
In more urgent fights, he won't be able to do this.
Rios is taking it like a sparring section. I mean, he's just waiting and trying to get round by round. I don't think a fighter has been off that long should be fighting like that. Every fight he should fight, it should be like his last fight.
Now Crawford back to being a righty.
Not busy enough. Rios is not busy. He's gonna do this all night, and he's gonna get, tagged with that jab all night.
The right hand by Rios. You get the sense, Juan, that if he dug in, Rios could make a fight out of this.
Well, that's what he has to do. Like I said, he has to make every fight like his last fight. He's got to put the pressure and take control of the fight. He's letting the other guy dictate the fight.
But you get the sense in this fight that if he would slip inside that jab, he might do something.
Well,
this matchup is not that over his head. It doesn't have to be.
Well, that's one of the problems you're a short fighter. You're supposed to take advantage of that and work that body and try to get in as close as you can.
I saw you bob and weave quite a bit.
You have to. You have to. Yeah. He's got a good jab, everything, but he likes to drop his hands and just wait. He has to continue doing pressure, using the jab.
Rios and Crawford, end of the second. Again, look at the action from that round.
Yeah, it's straight left. Caught him going back and then catch him fleshly, with all the power. But it could be a dangerous shot for Rios.
Round 3. Angel Rios in the red, white, and blue trunks, and Terence Crawford in the red. Crawford 14-0, 11 knockouts. Rios is 9-6, 9 knockouts.
Well, Terence is doing everything he wants. He's comfortable doing, in this fight, and Rios is just waiting to get hit, to get one shot back.
You do sense a little bit of pep in the step of Rios. Trying to time getting inside, but then Crawford hits him with 4 shots.
He's trying to work that body shot, that left hook to the body, but Rios is covering up really good for that shot. He's got to step a little bit more to your left to get that left hook in the way he should. Clarence. Good move.
Crawford lefty here. There's a right hook. He's got Rios trapped. Rios gets out of it.
Rios a tough guy. He's going to play in there. Seems like he's getting hurt and stuff like that to try to get that lucky punch in. And, but you can't buy time like that. especially when you want to win. Clarence could do this all day with that jab.
Well, he just landed 5, and there's a hook. The interesting thing is that Crawford has come out and fought like a guy with fewer knockouts. He's got 11 knockouts in his 14 fights, and he's fighting like a guy who wants to learn to get rounds.
Well, right now he's being careful. You know, he's testing out his opponent, and I think he's doing the right thing, not going in there and trying to knock somebody out. The knockout will come on his own once you put the punches together. And that's what he's doing. He's putting one punch after the other.
So Crawford continues to show the way as we come to the end of the third.
I see Crawford the way he's just looking and trying to pick a shot. He's looking around, just opening ways, and sooner or later he's gonna drop it on him.
We start round 4, scheduled for 8. Terence Crawford in the red trunks, and Angel Rios in the multicolor. Sizzle, no steak here.
Yeah, right. He's looking for an opportunity to try to take command of the fight, but what he should do is what he did before, try to bully him and try to get Clarence tired so he could, get closer to him. But Clarence is having a good time with that jab, moving around. He's picking his shots. He's real alert in what he's doing.
Keep working. Gotta keep working.
He's feinting more. Good jab.
Crawford showing a healthy
He just got hit. He came right back.
For Rios.
Just lets him hit him.
Crawford getting off first. Now a little tying up by Crawford.
Now his corner's yelling out, one punch alone is not going to take him out, and it's true. He's got to throw combinations.
So Crawford tapping Rios mosquito-like here, and lands a good right hook.
Crawford is having a good time.
guy's nothing, man. The guy's nothing, you hear me? The guy's nothing, man. He's wide open for you, man. You hear me? Get some water, man. Get some water. All right? The guy's nothing, man. Here, let's put this. Here, yo, listen. This isn't scoring, man. All right? Let's do some punches now, right? All right? This guy, he thinks he's beating you, man. All right? We see he's scoring points.
For the first time in his career, Terence Crawford hears the bell for round 5. This is now the longest fight in his professional career.
Well,
He is 14-0 with 11 knockouts.
He's testing out his ability. He's got everything. He's comfortable on the fight. He's doing everything, coming out perfect. I don't think why he should rush. I think he should take this fight just the way it is. If the knockout comes. And go, if he has to go the distance, because he's got to, test himself. Good hook. Good right hook by Terence.
He seems to have a good sense of pacing tonight, Juan.
Well, he's doing what he wants. If he wants to pick it up, he'll pick it up. If he wants to move around and just land the jab, he'll do it. I mean, he knows what he's got in front of him.
Good body shot by Rios. Now, what's in the back of a guy's mind when he's going from 4 to 8, as Crawford is here, in terms of the pace of the fight, in terms of his sense of his own conditioning?
Well, right now, I mean, I don't know what he's thinking. When you get this pace in your mind that you are an opponent or just a sparring partner, that's what you're going to stay. You need to have that faith and that will to win.
But from Crawford's standpoint now, having never gone past 4, this fight was set up for him to get some rounds. A tough guy.
Well, it
What about
depends.
that jump for a guy?
It depends what his corner is telling him to do. And if the corner is telling him, keep doing what you're doing, that's what he's going to do. If the corner is telling him pick it up, if the guy starts getting a little dangerous, then I will tell my fighter, okay, pick it up, get this guy out of here. But he's having a good time.
The right hook gets in by Crawford.
As the fight continues, you see that he's doing different things now. He's giving me more movements. He's picking his shots, moving around, dropping his hands a little bit, getting a little more confident.
Do you like Crawford better as a righty or a lefty tonight?
Well,
What
he's
shown
doing.
you?
I like him better as a righty because that jab is works better and is faster. But he's doing good both ways.
So we come to the end of round 5, and Crawford doing what he wants.
What you doing, man? Come on, man. Get some more water. Come on, what you doing, man?
Beautiful left. He's comfortable, so as long as he feels like that, you're gonna see this all night. Rios is just, they're hit me. I'm gonna try to hit you one shot and try to get you out, but it's not working for him. This is when he has to realize that you want to do it for yourself. You want to do it for your family. This is where I gotta fight. You gotta kill me in there. I'm gonna fight you, but he's not doing it.
And we start round 6, scheduled for 8. Terence Crawford, the lefty.
All righty.
That's right, the lefty at the moment. Doing everything he wants against Angel Rios.
Uppercuts, hands to the body. Beautiful left, right jab.
Pretty mixed arsenal for Crawford tonight.
You know, if you're in the corner, you don't tell the other guy's nothing. You got to tell him the guy is great. You got to try to take this guy out of here. You know, I mean, but as the corner telling you nothing, so you're not worried. Get worried. Tell him the guy is awesome. Beat the crap out of you so you can fight back.
Meantime, Crawford continues to enjoy this comfort zone.
Beautiful uppercut. Good again.
Good body work here by Crawford.
He's doing everything great. The only thing that Crawford don't sit too much on his punches. That's where the power is at. You have to sit a little bit. You have to sit a little bit more on your punches when you're throwing them uppercuts and stuff. But he's doing it standing straight, straight up.
Well, so many of his earlier opponents went out in one round. He had 6 first-round knockouts and 4 second-round knockouts. Now, he's coming out of the Midwest circuit, and even against the guy he's beating here, it's a little different going against a New York fighter.
Well, let me tell you, he's not fighting a soft cookie. This kid is tough. He's from the streets of New York. He's been there, big guys and all that, and he's been taking punishment before. And he will do this all night if he has to.
Let's do that. Look, man, yo, listen. Connor, you gotta wake up there, man. Yo, this guy's not supposed to be scoring on you, man. The guy's a sucker, man. The kid can't fight, man. The kid be holding his hand down here. The kid be holding his hand down, all right? Yo, Connor, use your uppercuts, man. Your uppercut, man. Body, uppercut. The guy's open.
This is important. I mean, now you can see that Crawford also is making a mistake by dropping his hands, but Rios is not taking advantage of that. This is the things that the corner is supposed to be seeing and start telling him, listen, the guy's dropping his hands after he hits you with a shot. Counter punch. Get this guy right back. Get him out of there. Instead of telling him the guy is nothing.
We head into round 7. Terence Crawford and Angel Rios. Scheduled for 8 rounds. Super lightweights. Crawford 14-0, 11 knockouts. This is his first time outside of 4 rounds. And Rios is 9-6, 6 knockouts, had a long multi-year break from boxing. Dave Bontempo and Juan Laporte with you. And Juan, you were talking about between rounds, they're not telling Rios what to do. They should be telling him different things. When you were fighting, how many different things could you process from a corner in a time of a minute?
Well, you know, you can't really also let the corner always dictate everything that you're doing in there. you're supposed to think for yourself. And this is a survival game where you say, hey, I can't move to this side because he's hitting me in that side, you know. But if you keep doing it, I mean, then the corner should say, hey, you know, instead of moving to your right, move to your left. But he's just standing right there doing the same thing over and over again. He hasn't done anything different. You know, Crawford is back to being, okay, now he switched again after he was being the right hand for a little while. Using the left jab. Now he's using the right jab again. Good left.
Crawford trying to get some power from the southpaw side. It seems like the right-hand side he's had his best power moments and boxing moments. There's a right-hand lead by Rios.
Well, that's where Rios should take that advantage right there when he's got him in close. He's got to bully the fighter, try to hold him into a corner. Rios just got hurt.
Well, here comes
Stumble a little bit.
Crawford, and what side does he trust for power? He's squared up here. Trying to pour some shots in here. David Fields looking on.
See, you know, like I said, Rios he's tough. He likes to get hit. You got to get him really mad to make him fight. So that's why he's not hitting him hard. There goes Crawford. That right jab. Just waiting. Good uppercut. Caught him off balance. Good left hook. I mean right hook. He's just doing what he wants right now.
We start the final round. Angel Rios and Terence Crawford. Crawford, the lefty, is 14-0, 11 knockouts. Rios 9-6, 6 knockouts. Had an 8-year absence from the sport between 2003 and 2011. Has not won a fight since 2001.
He's been off for a long time.
A lot of switching tonight from Crawford.
He's getting me confused.
Yeah, that's my question to you. How long in his career do you think he'll be able to do that before he has to choose one side or the other?
Well, no, it depends on the opponent you have, and he tried it. It worked for him, so he kept using it because it's been working. But if you had a fighter that could fight good against southpaw, then you won't be using that. I used to love to fight southpaws. Yeah, Rio tried to make a good fight out of it at the end of the fight, but it's just too late for him. He's just got to keep busy from the beginning to the end.
There's a left hook by Crawford as he tries to step it up.
They landed some good shots at this time. Crawford is getting the best of it.
But these are arm punches. He's coming from the side with them. Terence Crawford and Angel Rios will make it to the final bell.
Great fight for Crawford. Did everything he wanted to do. Working the body, working the head. He's doing everything he wants. Good hook. Good hook.
Will be interesting to see as he goes forward if Crawford has enough of a punch to get through some bigger fights. But he showed you some hand speed here.
Well, you know, as time goes on, he'll sit, he'll learn more.
Let's get our final numbers.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds, the official scorecard reads as follows. Judges Hill and McNair score the bout identically at 80-72, and Judge Perez scores it 80-71. All three in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. Terence Crawford.
So it's a shutout plus for Terence Crawford. Take you through it. From the beginning, Crawford on the outside, then he went lefty, and won throughout this fight. Rios just couldn't get to him.
Well, Rios' decision to just wait for punches didn't work for him.
Target practice there. Crawford had too much speed, and Rios just could not get his timing.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout scheduled for 6 rounds in the welterweight division. Once again being brought to you by Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated in association with AT&T Rethink Possible, La Cerveza Tecate con Carácter, and our host, the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino. The judges scoring this contest are Lisa Jampa, Robert Hoyle, and Dave Moretti. The referee, Kenny Bayless. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing black with cream trim. His official weight, 141 pounds, with a professional record consisting of 11 victories against only 2 losses, and 6 of his victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Windsor, Ontario, Canada, Gorges, Gorges. His opponent across the ring in the red corner. He enters wearing red, trimmed in white and black. He registered an official weight of 142 pounds, and he enters the ring an undefeated fighter in 15 professional bouts. 11 of those victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Omaha, Nebraska, Terence Crawford.
Okay, gentlemen. Trunks are okay on both sides. Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want to caution you to keep this fight clean at all times, protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck to both of you. Touch them up.
Welcome back to the Mandalay Bay Events Center here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm the Colonel Bob Sheridan, and pleased to welcome you to TopRank.com on the undercard of the pay-per-view event coming up later on, the WBA Lightweight Championship. Brandon Rios can't win it, but Richard Abril can. And then you've got the WBO interim 140-pound title as Sergey Fedorchenko takes on Juan Manuel Marquez, and that should be a dandy of a fight. All right, right here, Terence Crawford is the guy in the red trunks with the black and white trim, and Andres Gorges is in the black and white. Gorges is coming off a loss, a majority decision to Albert Mensah in Burbank, Illinois, and Crawford is coming off a win over Angel Rios in Atlantic City. You can see how aggressive he is, and Crawford is a big banger. He's 15-0 undefeated. He's got 11 knockouts, and I think you're going to be seeing a lot of him on Top Rank Boxing. Gorges is 11-2 with 6 knockouts. He hails from Windsor in Canada. Talking about the guy in black now, he turned pro in June of 08, knocking out 6 of his first 7 opponents. But his last 3 fights have all been very close, split decisions or majority decisions. That's not going to happen against this guy. He's going to have to try and stop Gorges and get real. Gorges is going to have to get real aggressive. His last 6 fights have gone the distance, and he's 4-2 in those. His biggest win was in October of 10 when he won a unanimous decision over Leonardo Tyner for the NBA USA welterweight title in Auburn Hills, Michigan, outside of Detroit. But Terence Crawford, the scouting report on him is a good one. He likes to start fast. He's a pressure fighter. He's showing that. He's got a big right hand, a really good left hook. All 11 of his KOs have been inside of 3 rounds with 6 first-round knockouts. They call him Gorgeous Gorges, and he's a good-looking kid, a real good-looking kid. Terence Crawford looks like a guy you'd be afraid to meet on a Saturday night someplace, but he's a great kid. Tough-looking kid. The Gorgeous one is already bruised to his left eye socket. Stiff jab. Sneaky right hand that time by Crawford. Big punchers, Crawford. He goes downstairs. He's very quick on his body. He gives you some side-to-side movement. Gorges does a lot of feigning, but not enough throwing of punches. He's got to get inside, use that jab. He waltzes in the kill zone without throwing the jab. And he's got a very wide stance, which makes it very difficult for him to get power in his jab. You know, if he were driving off that back foot, and stepping up into his jab, he'd be a lot better off. And because he's so wide, even his right hand looks awkward. So in spite of the fact he's had 6 knockouts in 11 fights, I would have to say they're against much less skilled fighters than himself. His left thigh is real puffy and a big circle around it from the hands of Terence Crawford. There's the bell, ending round 1. A good round for Crawford. This is Crawford. 8 knockouts in his last 10 opponents. He turned pro with a first-round knockout over Brian Cummings in Denver. All 11 knockouts inside 3 rounds with 6 first-round knockouts. And here's Gorges Gorges from Windsor, Canada.
It's a fast-paced fight, intense. Let his hands go, hit the body, come back up, and break him when he's not ready. Deep breath. You got it? Yep, you got it. What you got to do is step in, just wait for the up jab.
Working the corners of Crawford, Isa Dieguez, Brian McIntyre, and Jackie Spikes. All right, here we go. This is round number 2. It's scheduled for 8. Most people don't think it's going to go that distance. And it certainly won't go that distance unless Gorges can change the way he's fighting. In other words, close up his stance. And now they told me they switched it to a 6-round fight, and I appreciate that. So this is scheduled for 6, originally for 8. Timing is dictated on the undercard. We'll do 6 rounds, and we'll see if Gorges can hang in there for 6. There's a lot of feigning and posing. He's such a good-looking guy. He'd be a poster boy for boxing if he was a little bit better fighter. But the rugged-looking guy, Crawford, is the guy that can fight. Crawford fighting as a southpaw. Going with that right hand. He'll switch back and forth. Trouble when he fights southpaw, I don't think he's got quite as much power. He's able to be hit more, and he misses his punches. So I'd rather see him just stay as an orthodox fighter. He says to me he switches by design, but he's a natural right-hander and should stay that way. This is round number 2. It's scheduled for 6 rounds here in Las Vegas on the night of the big pay-per-view event. Remember, contact your pay-per-view provider if you want to see Brandon Rios and Richard Abril do battle. A lot of trash talking this week, and anytime that Juan Manuel Marquez is in a fight, he's taking on Sergey Fedchenko, who's got a 30-1 record, and that should be a nice fight too. And that's all on pay-per-view coming up. My partners Brian Kenny, Rich Marotta, and Raul El de Monte Marquez will present those fights for you. Hard stuff on the inside.
Come on, keep working. You gotta keep working, Terence. There you go.
Looping right hand by Gorges. Gorges just, he's got the long arms, but he has no power in his jab, and I mentioned why. And when we show you the wide shot, we'll show you exactly why. That this guy, can't get power with his jab because his legs are just way, way, way too wide. Now watch this. Watch this when they separate, and this will show you exactly what I'm talking about. Watch how wide his. We're back to our tight shot again, but I wanted to show you just how wide those legs are. There we are. Now, if we stay right there, well, closing seconds now. See how wide the legs are? And so he has to reach and jab, so there's no power because he doesn't drive off the back. But see that? Off the front foot. Great job of that camera guys getting that. Shows you exactly what I'm talking about. That's another Crawford round. This is Crawford. And watch the way he counters now. Up. Oh, man. Left hook. I mean, Gorges came in on him, and he just countered it so well. Now, watch the wide stance that I was talking about. And you see what's happening when you see that. He's reaching for his jab, so he cannot have power. And then he throws his right hand awkwardly. So it's almost like a slap, so he can't have power with his right hand. Now, in credit to him, in his 11 victories, he's got 6 knockouts, but they had to be against much lesser opponents than the ability of Terence Crawford. Crawford not rushing for knockout. He's just doing a nice job here. And his 15 wins, he has 11 knockouts, and most of them have come early. But he's in, just nail him again with that right hand. And that left thigh of Gorges is going to become a problem for him if this thing goes the distance. Back fighting right-handed, nice uppercut in that series of punches for Crawford. I really like what I'm seeing in Crawford. Looping right hand that time on top of that puffiness. Oh, you see Gorges comes in and throws and he hangs up. That's good. It's all right. He showed a bit of hand speed there. Let's see what he does. Now he still drags that foot behind. Kenny Norton used to do that, but Ken was so big that he got away with it. And it caused fits for Muhammad Ali many, many years ago. But other than Norton, I can't remember anybody that was successful dragging the hind foot behind him. Norton had such extraordinary upper body strength, he could get away with it. Looping right hand that time by Gorges. Kenny Bayless doing his usual great job in there as the third man in the ring. Double jab, not getting through. He wants to land that powerful right hand, does Crawford. Met Crawford this weekend. Very, very nice fella. Both guys working hard on the inside. Gorges might even get a little bit of a advantage on the inside with that series of punches. So, yeah, this kid's a tough kid. Long and lanky. From Windsor, Canada, just over the bridge from Detroit City, Michigan. Crawford very wide-eyed, seems to know what he's doing. He could use a little bit more movement and get better angles coming in. I like the way he bobs down, but I think a little more side-to-side movement, he'd be more successful with this tall kid, Gorges. And with Gorges is 6 feet, so Crawford is 4 inches taller. And it's very hard to fight a guy that has a reach advantage and also a height advantage. But he's done well. Hard shots on the inside. Boy, this has turned out to be a tough fight and a good fight right now. Crawford getting the better of Gorges with 20 seconds to go in this, the third round. Stiff jab, stiff jab. You know why that jab was getting through? Because look at the style he's fighting at the end. He was fighting as a southpaw. And that's why Gorges' punches got through in that round, but it still wasn't enough. Crawford won the round. Lisa Giampa, Robert Hoyle, and Dave Moretti are the judges. 3 fine judges here in Las Vegas. In the corner now of the gorgeous one, Andre Gorges. Watch these guys on the inside now. They're tied up. Let's see what goes on here. Oh, he caught him with a decent left hook. Actually, Gorges got the best of him on the inside, I thought. That was a decent little bit for him, but that's about all he did in that round. Crawford doesn't really want to fight this great big guy with long arms on the inside. He wants to come in and get out and get his angles. He's been in and out and doing fine and throwing in the kill zone, but he's not getting great angles. And he fights a whole lot better when he fights right-handed than when he fights as a southpaw. He should stick to that. He's getting a little frustrated, and nice counter-punching now by Gorges. Gorges has hung in there. He's an awkward sort of guy, big, tall fella from Windsor, Canada. Looks like he should be playing hockey. He's got that nice hockey build. Actually, he's got a great build for a boxer, but fundamentally, he makes a lot of mistakes. Skipping now to his right. Crawford just walks him down and comes with his combination downstairs. Looks like that left eye might be cut. There might be a little slit over Gorges' left eye now. Gorges likes to throw that windmill shot. hasn't caught Crawford real hard with it because of the manner in which he throws it. When you throw that big windmill shot, it looks tremendous, but it doesn't have great power.
Come on, boy. Come on. There you go.
There's one that spun the head with the right hand.
Now go to the bottom.
Crawford admired that and wanted to do it again. Instead, he comes down with a liver shot.
Keep working.
That left eye of Gorges could be a problem before this is over. He's fortunate that it was cut to 6 rounds from the originally scheduled 8.
Move your head. Keep moving your head. You gotta move forward. Move forward.
Terence Crawford in the red trunks has outboxed this guy throughout.
Move me backwards. Now work.
Decent work by Gorges downstairs there, but he's not doing enough to win the round with 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. He's frustrating Crawford a little bit more in this round. Crawford comes off his feet to try and land the big hook. Crawford would just think right-handed and just do what he does with a little more side-to-side movement. He'd be better off. He's coming right in. He's coming right in. And this his corner tells him the same thing. Go ahead and move. Move to your right. The reason why is they want him in position to land a power shot on top of that eye. Problem is that Gorges has a couple of 3 inches in reach in that height advantage. He staggered him, and there he goes down to 1 knee. Caught him with the shot, and it was kind of a delayed up to 5 and 6. I think he'll be able to get up 7 and 8, and he does get up. He was caught by a shot that was a delayed reaction in the head, and down he went. He was smart to take that knee because he wasn't winning the round anyway. So now, let's see. With only 10 seconds to go, that left hook to the temple did a big job on him. And it causes the brain to crash into the right side of the head, and he just has to hang on. So that's a knockdown and a really good left hook to the temple, and we'll be able to show that to you.
Deep breath.
I've got it scored 40-35 going to the 5th round. We'll show you a couple of different looks of this now. Boom. Right hand, left hand to the temple. So he had the head going both ways. Boom. There's a strong punch there, left hand to the temple. Yeah, that was the one that took him down to the knee. Now watch the overhead shot of this. Watch the left hand. Boom. Right on the temple. And that gets the brain bouncing around inside the skull, and if it's not powerful enough, it causes just what happened there, a delayed knockdown, but severe enough. And we'll see if he can recover, because while his mind might be all right, his legs might not be all right coming to the 5th round. So a good job by Crawford dropping him with that shot to the temple, and he'll try to do that again in this round, I'm sure, to get that head spinning around. If he can stop him in the 5th. Oh, hard right hand that time upstairs. So right now Crawford is headhunting, and Gorges is on the move. Caught him with a solid right hand again. He's not going to be able to take too many more of these single hard shots to the head. And Kenny Bayless will keep a look on him. And Gorges is really trying to hang on. His legs are not good right now. Gorges is in trouble. Couple more shots to the head and it'll be all over. Kenny Bayless taking a good look into his eyes, because he is hurt. He's trying to get his legs back going. He's not interested in engaging right now. Now he waits. Gets nailed again. He drops him on his nose, and Kenny Bayless doesn't bother to count. He's knocked out. Again, a big shot by Crawford. You could see it coming because the legs weren't there for Andre Gorges. And right before it happened, Kenny Bayless was looking into his eyes. As soon as he saw him crack, he stopped the fight immediately. So whether they scored a TKO or a knockout is academic. It should be a knockout because he was knocked out and is still down. I hope he's okay. That big shot finished the fight. Terence Crawford knocks him out in the 5th round after winning every single round of the fight. Crawford is another guy you're going to see a lot more of. Now watch for the first right hand. You'll see this hurts him. That right there. See that snap the head? He's hurt right here. He's falling all over the place. And Kenny Bayless realizes it. And watch Kenny's eyes. And this is the finishing series. Oh, man, that snapped the head. That's what they call a stem cell, when the head spins on the brain stem cell and it crashes the Oh, man, it crashes the brain heavily into the side of the skull, exploding into a knockout. And this guy is out. And Kenny didn't even bother to count. Look at this. Boom. Oh. Vicious shot. Kenny wanted to stop it and was looking for a reason, but he couldn't stop it before that, because this is professional boxing. There he is. Terence Crawford with a big knockout victory. Okay, Lupe Contreras is standing by, so let's get the official timing.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big overhand right brings this bout to an end with an official time of 44 seconds of round number 5. Your winner, by way of knockout, still undefeated, Terence Crawford.
So Terence Crawford is a guy you're going to see a lot more of here on Top Rank Boxing. He's a very, very good fighter, and we look forward to seeing him again. We hope Andres Gorges is okay. He suffered a pretty hard knockout there. His record moves to 11-3. Crawford goes 16-0 with 12 knockouts, and that's why you're going to see more of him here on Top Rank Boxing. Very, very good fighter, and I look forward to seeing him with plenty of power in his right hand.
And we've got Terence Crawford and Sidney Siqueira, lightweight bout, 8 rounds. It happened earlier, and you talked about how impressive this fight was. We're going to show you a talented young man in Terence Crawford, and we get it started right from the opening bell. They said he was going to be aggressive. He was going to try to take the fight to Crawford.
Yeah, and they said they thought they were going to fight him a lot closer. They didn't look like they were getting in the first round. You know, Terence Crawford is a very nice boxer. He's found his distance, and he's keeping Siqueira out on the outside. When he has tried to move and he's caught him coming in. Nice, very nice little short right hook off the jab. Then he's came out southpaw again.
Overhand right by Siqueira. Your take on the switch to southpaw so early in the fight? What's the mindset here?
Talking to Terence, who's a first-class young man, and his team in the dressing room, I'm surprised they didn't mention it to us. You know, so they were really keeping this under wraps that they were going to fight southpaw.
A couple of straight lefts by Crawford, another straight left, combo to the body. Siqueira battles his way back off the ropes.
And there was a nice body punch in there too.
Crawford using the right jab. Straight left by Crawford.
You know, he's well poised, looks well skilled.
Very much at ease in the ring.
Very much so. He fights in a very relaxed fashion.
Second round action scheduled for 8. The Brazilian Siqueira, again his first bout in the United States against unbeaten Terence Crawford. Good right jab.
Crawford's he's just picking away with his jab, piling the points up, setting his punches up off his jab. You know, he's controlling the distance, keeping that jab out there, not allowing Siqueira to close. Every time he starts to close, he just fires the jab. There's the left hand right in between the gloves.
A couple of rights by Crawford out of Omaha, Nebraska. We're at the Lafitte Ballroom at the Wynn with big fights still to come this evening. Garcia and Barros in the headliner, Martirosyan and Lara. Good left to the body.
I love that straight left to the body. He did it earlier on in the round, and that time he really stepped in with it. They hurt.
And here we see Siqueira start to pick it up. They said he would try to be the aggressor in this fight. Overhand right, followed by a right counter shot to the body by Crawford. Closing on the end of round number 2. Very professional, workmanlike effort thus far.
Very workmanlike, yeah. You've got to like what you see. You know, he's very skillful. He's won every round. He's got hit very little. He's in total control of this fight.
We talk about all their amateur fights, and we talk about some of the young fighters we saw on the undercard starting their professional career. Crawford has been very
then we just
professional.
saw that left hand right between the gloves. And there's Crawford, oh, beautiful straight left to the body.
That was the shot. Yep.
Stepped in with it, and that hurts.
All created by the right jab.
All set up off the jab.
And again, just even in the corner between rounds, how relaxed does Crawford look? It's just like
Very
just
relaxed.
another day at the office.
I looked the expression on his face when he first sat down. It's like, okay. He's very calm. Not overexerting himself. He's in control of this fight.
You look at Crawford in the corner. I don't think he could blow a candle out.
No. No, he looks in tremendous shape. He said he was. He said, look, I'm ready for the next test. He said, I'm trained hard. I prepared well.
And again, this is a very seasoned fighter he's facing.
A very experienced fighter.
Our referee for this bout is Robert Bird. Judges C.J. Ross, Ricardo Ocasio, and Bob Bennett. Third round action. Terence Crawford, unbeaten with 14 knockouts. And right now he's been very comfortable just in boxing mode, but yet to see the power shot.
No, you'd think with all those knockouts and his high percentage of knockouts, that he would be loading up his punches a lot more, but he seems very content just to take his time. He's picking his opponent apart. He's waiting for the clean shot.
Brian Blessing with Kevin Barry, and we talked about some of the fights on the undercard with.
Did we see him just switch back for a second,
And now
Brian?
he's
Gone
back.
back to
He's
orthodox.
back. He's back to.
I wonder when that was going to happen.
And there's a shot to the body, a big right to the body.
Oh, and caught him with a right uppercut coming in.
And Siqueira pinned in the corner.
Let's go to work, son. Let's go to work.
And he made the change so smooth. And there is landing some nice punches now. I don't know whether Siqueira's made the adjustment yet. Did he switch back from southpaw to orthodox?
Five straight left jabs.
Yeah, and he's starting to get caught with a few more punches.
But we were talking about some of these younger fighters. Patience is not a problem here for Mr. Crawford.
There was a terrific couple of body shots off Crawford then.
Siqueira answers with a left-right combination.
Now back to southpaw.
Big left to the body.
Thunderous left to the body. I felt that from here. You heard the slap against his skin.
And those body shots have set up some of the bigger shots in the fight for Crawford. But his patience and his ring management has been outstanding.
Yeah, those body shots, they pay dividends later in the fight.
3 right jabs, then a left to the body.
He's just flicking with the jab, pouring with it. He's looking to set the left hand up at the moment. There's that straight left again.
And you alluded to it, Kevin, piling up the points. Sidney Siqueira from Sao Paulo, Brazil. His first visit to the United States, and he is facing a talented young fighter in Terence Crawford, who's seeking his 19th career victory. And that was an outstanding round for Crawford.
Very slick. In total control. I love the way he's changed. He changed during that round back to orthodox. He did it so smoothly. You see a lot of fighters when they go from southpaw to orthodox, you see the change. It's obvious, but he did it just like it was a natural thing for him to do.
Everything seems very natural to Crawford, and it seems to be coming easy to him. A big right by Crawford in this round, Kevin.
He landed a couple of excellent shots. Oh, there's a great right hand there. He caught him. The left hand was down, fired the right hand right over the top of it, and then made a beautiful angle out to the side.
And then switched back to southpaw at the moment.
Yeah, stepped around. There's that left to the body again. That's done some damage in the last couple of rounds.
How confusing is that for a fighter back and forth several times during the course of a round changing from southpaw back to a more conventional style.
Very, very confusing for your opponent if you're doing it as smoothly as what Terence Crawford's doing it.
And he starts the round. I guess we're going to have to document this the whole fight. He starts the round southpaw. Start of our 4th round. Now it seems like he's in the gym doing some work. It seems like now he's just working on some defense. it's just a work in progress.
You know, you're looking at his eyes, and he's trying to analyze what he's doing, what the opponent's doing, what he's going to set up next. He's like a real technician. There he goes, pouring that jab and setting up the left hand. Back on the jab again. Keeping Siqueira out, giving him something to think about with the jab while he sets up his power punches.
Siqueira misses with a big overhead left and a good left by Howard.
Yeah, he ran him right into that left.
Then the body shot as he puts Siqueira against the ropes.
Downstairs, come on.
Another good body shot.
He's targeting the body well.
There we go, there we go. Keep that stick in his face.
See, again, you see it was a soft 1-2, and he dug the body. You know, I love it. You know, this is a clever fighter. You know, when you mix up the speed of your punches, you mix up the power on your punches.
And we've yet to talk about his footwork as he danced to the side very smoothly, very gracefully.
Now he's slick. Shoots the left hand over the top.
Uppercut with the right hand. Now an overhand left. Oh, a good right hand by Siqueira.
It was probably his best punch of the fight so far.
That's the one thing. Things can go swimmingly for you through 4 rounds, but against a veteran fighter, these are guys that are very dangerous.
Yeah,
don't
always
take
dangerous.
anything for granted.
Till the end of the fight, they're dangerous. They've been there. They've been tested before. They've been in deep waters.
Again, Crawford, for the most part, has been southpaw this entire round. Siqueira trying to be the aggressor here, but he's got to let the hands go.
You know, and when he does, Crawford's not there.
Uppercut, flashes and misses, but Crawford pins Siqueira in the corner.
I don't even know if he was trying to land that, Brian. You know, he sort of looked like he threw it out there. He was setting something else up.
So we're seeing several different weapons in the holster here.
Yeah. And now he's content to stand in close and exchange with him.
Siqueira willing to exchange here in the final 10 seconds of the round.
Good jabs. Back to orthodox.
As he switches in the final 10 seconds of the round back to an orthodox style. It has been a very professional effort. Halfway home for Terence Crawford against the veteran from Brazil, Sidney Siqueira. Combinations, footwork, we've seen it all from Crawford through 4 rounds.
There's some nice body work. Back with the left hand, another 1-2, and then he takes that little half step back. He's got a beautiful distance here with his punches. And the focus on his eyes, Brian.
There's the veteran, 35 years of age, Sidney Siqueira from Sao Paulo, Brazil. 16-6-1 his record, 8 career knockouts, facing 24-year-old Terence Crawford, and just another step along the way.
You know, and Siqueira's corner, they're motivating him. You know, you're still in this fight. Keep letting your hands go. But at the moment, you know, Crawford's pitching a shutout.
Start of round 5 from the Lafitte Ballroom at the Wynn in Las Vegas. What can Siqueira do, if anything, to try and turn the tables and shift momentum in this fight?
Well, he's obviously got to try to get closer because he's getting killed on the outside. He can't match Crawford with skill. He can't match him with speed. You know, when he stands on the outside of Crawford's punches, he's picking him apart. There's another beautiful body shot off Crawford. You know, he's got to get closer. He said to us in the dressing room, he said, I'm going to fight this fight in close. He said, that's where I think I have my best chances. But Crawford's just been too clever. He hasn't allowed him to get in close.
Crawford does seem to have an answer for everything Siqueira throws at him, and going southpaw again, and that
picking away with the right
jab is just setting
Yeah.
everything up, and then his willingness to consistently work the body has helped as well.
Yes.
Here we go.
Keep moving that head.
Straighten it out, straighten it out, straighten it
Still
out.
southpaw is Crawford, and we've seen him in the last few rounds at various moments switch to a more conventional style, and that has seemed to confuse Siqueira just a little bit.
Yeah, and he's mixing up that left hand. You know, he threw a nice left hook before, he threw a straight left, another straight left then. You know, he's putting the jab out there sometimes with no power, just using it as a distance finder. Other times he's shooting it out hard.
Those body shots may be reaping some rewards. It does look like Siqueira's hands have come down just a little bit.
They have come down.
Good straight left again by Crawford. Paws away with the right jab.
Stop, line him up. Here we go.
You know, Siqueira trying to double the right hand up against the southpaw. Crawford could have a way of both of them.
Actually, an uppercut sets up a combination. Now switching back to conventional.
Push yourself, son.
You catch them with a nice left hook.
Come on. There we go.
And when he does move back to orthodox, he lets his hands go straight away. You know, it's almost like, okay, there's a beautiful left hook. Now I'm going to pull the trigger.
You watch Crawford. I mean, he's so at ease in here. It just seems to me like he's in the gym and he's working on things.
Now, yeah, he's sort of dissecting him with his jab at the moment.
Good left hand. Now switches back southpaw and gets a right lead in. And you're right, Kevin, how smoothly and gracefully he switches.
At ease. There's another good body shot. Fired that right hook to the body.
And in the final 10 seconds, goes back more conventional. Now southpaw again.
And he looks to be having a bit of fun out there.
I swear, it really looks like he's just having a workout in the gym, and I want to work on this. Now I'm going to try this. Now I'm going to work on that.
That's exactly what it looks like. And, you know, whatever he wants to throw, he can land. He knows.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights in that fifth round. It starts southpaw and the dig shot to the body.
He dug that right to the body. I loved it. Catches them with a hook.
Brings those hands down. It has been a solid night for
There's
Crawford.
a solid left.
Now southpaw with a straight left.
There's the left uppercut. See, he's got a wide range of punches. He's throwing them all. You know, it's very hard for your opponent when you don't know what's coming. When you're getting hit with body shots, you're getting hit with uppercuts, you're getting hit with straight punches. You know, your opponent's going from orthodox to southpaw. It really does your head in.
And you've been around this business for a long time. You get to see the power shot, but everything else that we've seen from Crawford, how impressed are you?
Oh, very impressive. Very skillful fighter. Hands are nice and high, good head movement, good foot speed. You know, he's a real craftsman.
Actually starts this sixth round conventionally.
And he lands a right hand. I tell you what, I think Siqueira's starting to break down, Brian. You know, we're seeing some signs here. You know, he's pushing forward, he's moving his head, he's looking to sit down on a couple of punches now.
Clearly his hands are much lower than they were about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, yes.
Overhand right uppercut by Crawford. Body shot by Siqueira.
Yeah, but they're coming at him slow. You know, Siqueira's punches have really slowed down. And that's a result of those big body shots that he got hit with earlier in the fight. There's another crunching shot to the body. Back with the left hook.
Left.
Yeah. Chopping
this has
away.
Been a very professional. It seems to be the best word to say. That very professional.
I think he's
performance by
starting to
Crawford.
chop him down now, Brian. You know, starting to look like that, isn't it?
He's going upstairs and downstairs. The body shots continually set up for Crawford to go with an overhand right. Now as he goes back to southpaw.
And he's not giving us as much foot movement as what he was giving us. He's content now. You know, I'm just going to stand there. I'm looking for my shots now. So he's won every round. He doesn't need to be there, but he said, "I'm not moving anymore." You know, he's looking for the power shots.
As you said, Siqueira's shot just not much zip behind them right now.
No, I think he's taken all his punching power away, and his punches are coming at Crawford a lot slower now, a lot wider. And I think Crawford likes his chances there.
Now, this is the one thing Crawford hasn't worked on, fighting in tight. Let's see how that. Let's do a round of work in tight.
He lands a good uppercut inside. Good.
Three
very
straight
nice.
rights and the dig to the body.
Don't lean on him. Keep going to work like you're doing.
Push, go push.
Approaching 30 seconds remaining in the 6th round. A bout that has been controlled from start to finish by Omaha, Nebraska's unbeaten Terence Crawford.
Ooh, good right hand and his knee buckled there. I think Terence Crawford's got him hit. There you go.
And he does with a left hand, and Siqueira is down, and this bout is
over.
Done.
Robert Byrd has stepped in and said, I've seen enough. What we said, that round, he really, more than any other round, he looked like he had really started to break him down. He stopped moving around, he stood his ground and said, I'm sitting down on my punches now. And there's the outcome, Brian.
Crawford hurt Siqueira, and then of all the things that we saw in a very professional bout for Crawford was his ability to finish when he had his man hurt. And he's got it all.
Hey, he looks like the complete fighter. That was a tremendous performance. Very, very impressed. And yes, Terence Crawford is ready to step up for the next level for 10-round fights.
Glad to see Siqueira up. Crawford improves to 19-0 with his 15th knockout, and it was impressive.
It was very impressive. You know, like one of the most impressive, if not the most impressive performance of the night.
So we saw southpaw, we saw conventional, we saw jabs, we saw uppercuts, left hooks, and we saw Terence Crawford advance, and we'll show you the highlights after we hear from Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Robert Byrd waves off this bout, ending it with an official time of 2 minutes, 47 seconds of round number 6. Your winner, by way of technical knockout, still undefeated, Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford, his 19th career victory, his 15th knockout, and the highlight reel is going to be special here. And go ahead, Kevin. Try to analyze everything we saw in those 6 rounds.
Whether he was southpaw or orthodox, he worked off a beautiful jab. You know, there it is again, just punishing him with the jab, just setting up his power hand. And there's the finish of the fight, a 1-2 left hook.
Good combinations.
There it is,
the left hook.
Sat on the left hook, and it was good night, Irene.